Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, July 20th, 2019 by Guided Looming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is my feels have worth. And we are winding down Sun in Cancer. We're moving through the moon, moving through Pisces, so the feeling energy it's up, it's major. But today, predominantly, what I think we're going to be feeling is the energy of two things that we have going on tomorrow. We have Venus opposite Pluto tomorrow, and we have the Sun conjunct Mercury tomorrow, Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So these energies are going to be they're going to be moving into their peak, and sometimes that building energy, it's almost more challenging than the actual peak of when it, like, the symbol hits. It's like the build-up in the symphony to that peak moment. Venus and the moon are two places that can get very vulnerable for us. Both Venus and moon energy are where the yin can really come through. And the yin energy is where we can really get vulnerable, where we really can get into the feeling of things. So Venus in a vulnerable sign of Cancer, in that feeling, nurturing, compassionate, intuitive placement of Cancer right now, opposite Pluto, this planet of power and transformation. It's important to know that these feelings of vulnerability, allowing yourself to feel what is coming up, allowing yourself to go through these energies, that's actually a power play for you. And that's an important thing to note. We've been taught by so many to avoid the feelings, don't do those things, don't go there, don't cry, and that's just not the way this energy needs to be. It's taking back your power by allowing your feelings, allowing these energies to move through, and knowing with the power of Pluto that there is transformation going on in your allowing yourself to be vulnerable to these energies. So there's that. Venus also represents relationships. So with Pluto opposite Venus in Cancer, we also may be feeling some power plays, some control games in regards to relationship. In fact, it's interesting because the signs of Cancer and Capricorn can really represent mother, father, grandmother, grandfather energies. And so sometimes one of the things that's coming up right now is you may have surfacing some old experiences of power plays by parental figures, by figures of authority, by nurturing figures. This could even include like teachers, bosses, that kind of thing. You may have some of those energies surface. Again, this is not to squish these energies. This is a call to let these energies move through. So be very aware of these things that may be coming up, that may be happening around you, and are definitely being called to move through you, feeling-wise. The other thing, like I said, we're building into Sun conjunct Mercury. We're winding down Cancer energy, so we're at these final degrees, which have a lot of oomph moving through them. You may be tempted to try to outthink, overthink what's coming up. And I find a lot of times when you start thinking about the process, you tune out of the presence of the process, you tune out of the moment of the process, and I tend to do this a lot. I'm like, where's this coming from? What does this mean? Oh, I bumped my toe in the process. Let me look up what that is. And that can take you out. So this is a reminder to be present in the process, to not start overthinking things. I also feel like this is a really good time, a really good call to tune in and, sorry, distractions popping up all over the place, to tune in to those you can communicate honestly with, to those who will not criticize your feelings, who will be able to hear your feelings, because it's always nice to have that reflection energy reflected back to you. And I was talking to somebody, Scorpio, knows how to deal with the feels, and she's like, you know what, when I run a really good listener, I sit in front of the mirror and I talk to myself. So if that's the person who you can tune into, then do that. But have these conversations to help process these energies. So that being said, let's keep moving on. Moon in Pisces. Moon in Pisces is making all of the connections we're going through today. The first connection is with Uranus. Uranus and Taurus, reminding us of what has worked. And Uranus is trying to get us to balance things. So Uranus, in order to balance things, is willing to trigger us to bring up these things that have been forgotten. The moon can represent hidden energies, hidden feelings, hidden emotions. So Uranus is triggering that. Anything that is triggered is important because it is helping bring you right back to balance. Moon in Pisces, squaring Jupiter. This is exactly what I said. Don't get in your head about, I bumped my toe, and this happened, and that happened, and oh my God, where is this coming from? This is coming from my third cousin, twice removed on my grandmother's side. Don't get over in your head about it. That too will throw you out of balance. You're meant to stay in the feels. Once you move past that point of letting it move through, then you can do that investigation. But don't pull yourself out of the moment by needing to know all the information right now. What you need to know is contained in you. So allow that to move through. Finally, Moon in Pisces connecting to Saturn energy. That's late in the evening. That Saturn energy. Saturn is reminding us you have purpose. I'm using these cards because I don't actually know where I set my Osho cards. So you have purpose. We're moving towards it. We are currently cleansing ourselves, but the star card is bright future. It's moving towards success. It is happening. Your process now that you need to be present and available for is this feeling process. As it comes up, what's hidden, as your intuition turns on, is like, ding, 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 this is important. Be present for that. Don't let the shoulds pull you out. And this is just a reminder, things are going to be good. Things are working out. Crossing the shore, getting to the other side, and coming back into union within ourselves, coming back into balance with ourselves. I really like this cat in the picture. That's probably a very accurate depiction of my life here. Any hug is joined in with a cat. Alright, so that is it for today. This is important energy. It may feel a little bit heavy. Pluto energy often does feel a little bit heavy. Let it. It's okay. It will pass. It won't last long. And often the more we can just be like, okay, I'm going to be here now with it, that's when it releases, because so much part of that heaviness that we're feeling is the resistance that we're offering it. So that is it for today. You can always book a reading. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, take a second. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful that, another card of success, that I had these cards sitting right here since I can't find my Osho cards and totally forgot to pull cards. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do have the power. Namaste.